I'm doing a testing a reading composition today for both of you students today. It's okay, that's okay. We are going to have a story. I'm going to read a story to you, and then there'll be 10 multiple choice questions at the end of this story. So I want you to listen to the story and follow along as I read this story to you. And then at the end of the story, I want you to fill out I'll read the questions to you, and then I want you to fill out the answers, and then we'll go over it together to see how many we got right or how many we got wrong, okay? So I'm going to begin reading the story. Basketball is the only major sport that is totally American game. Jim Naismith started it all during 1880s, my fault. Naismith taught athletics at the College of Massachusetts. In the fall, Naismith's students spent long, exciting hours on the football field. But when winter came, the students moved indoor and did exercises. Most of the students soon grew bored. They kept asking for the indoor game and for something as exciting as football. So Naismith began to think about the new kind of ball game that he could be played safely in a small gym. He decided that the players wouldn't use bats or run while holding a ball. Players would use only their hands to pass and throw the ball to the other players. Naismith still had one big question: how would the players score points? He went to college storeroom and pulled out 2 peach baskets. There was a balcony that ran around the gym. It was exactly 10 feet above the floor. Naismith hung 1 peach basket at each end of the balcony. Then he divided the class into 2 teams of 9 players each. The first basketball game began when he threw a soccer ball up between the team captains. The players dashed up and down the gym. They yelled with excitement as they tried to throw a ball into a peach basket. The game stopped for a while when one player finally sank the ball. Someone had to climb up a ladder and get it down. After all, there was no hole in the bottom of the peach basket, but that was the only pause in the first basketball game. The final score was 1-0. As basketball quickly became popular at the colleges, teams made up their own rules. However, the set of rules was developed in a few years. A special ball and an open hoop took place of the soccer ball and the peach basket. The game of basketball had begun. Okay, now I'm going to ask you these multiple choices. I'm going to ask you the question, then you answer on your own, and then we'll go through them together to see what ones we got right and what ones we got wrong. Okay, Jim Naismith, don't say them out loud though, I want you to mark them on the paper, was a teacher of what? History, science, athletics, safety. When you're done, you can tell me when you're done.
Done.
Okay. The student wanted an indoor game, gym, exercise, or coach.
Done.
In a new game, players would use hands, goals, bats, or teams. Not use, my fault, would not use.
Done.
The players would pass or hit the ball, throw the ball, punch the ball, or kick the ball.
Done.
Naismith had one question about how many players how players would one find peach baskets, run with the ball, stay safe, or score points. How would he's asking the question? How would players would? So the baskets were at 10 feet because of the floor, peaches, ball, or balcony. Naismith's basketball teams were composed of how many players? 9 players, 15 players, 5 players, or 30 players? a while, the game was played with a basketball, football, baseball, or soccer ball.
Don't.
For a while, the game was, I already said that one, my fault. The first baskets were made of open at the bottom, filled with peaches, made from ladders, and closed at the bottom.
Don't.
Okay. For the first few years, basketball teams used Naismith's rules, today's rules, their own rules, or no rules.
Don't.
Okay, now let's go through it together and
You
see.
gotta wait on me.
Huh?
You gotta wait.
Oh, okay, my fault.
It's okay.
I should finish, I should ask for both of you to finish. Well, we'll see. Because see, this is a practice of comprehension, of learning what I read to you, and whether or not you found the facts within the story. Okay? And then the whole idea is to develop that learning and listening. Okay? And the big thing is, this isn't whether or not you get all of them right. It's whether or not you were able to pick out the right answers, or at least understand what the story was talking about. And we'll talk about that in a couple of seconds. And then I will tell you what the right answer is, and then we'll discuss the story afterwards.
Sam and Joe,
Okay.
All right.
go for it.
First question
Where
was
you at?
asked what kind of teacher he was. He was an athletics teacher.
Bill, he's looking for you.
Okay. The student wanted an indoor game. Okay. The new game players would not use
Bats.
what?
A minute and a half.
Okay.
Mentor.
Players would pass or.
Throw the ball.
Okay. Naismith had a question about how many players would.
Score points.
Okay, good. Remember that he asked how they would score? That was the question, but that's okay. Basket was 10 feet high because of why?
Floor.
Floor.
Ah, yeah. What went
Balcony.
around? Yes. What went around the balcony? Yeah. Okay. Naismith's basketball team was composed of how many players?
9.
Okay, good. All right. The first baskets were.
Basketball.
The first baskets were what?
You skip the
Oh,
ball.
yeah, I did, didn't I? Good one. For a while, the game was played with what?
Soccer ball.
Good. Yep. Yeah. That's all right. It's all right. Soccer ball. That's true. Yep. Okay. Now we're back to the first baskets were what?
Made up of from ladders.
Close at the bottom.
Yes, because it was a peach basket. Remember, it was a peach
Oh, yeah.
basket. He said he had. I see where you would have been. He asked if he had to get a ladder to get up to it. See, and that's what you would have thought. Oh, a ladder. Okay, yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right. And then the first years, the basketball team used what for rules?
Naismith's rules.
No. Let me
No,
read this
their
over.
own rules.
There you go. Perfect. Yep. Exactly. All right. Now, check and see how many you got right and how many you got wrong. Count how many.
7.
So you got 70%. What did you get? So, all right. That's all right. That's good. That's good. That's 70%. So that means that you understood 70% of this story.
That's
you
the majority.
Yeah, and then that's good. That's very good. It's an excellent job. So, do you have any questions about this, about the story, or anything you would want to discuss about it?
They wanted an indoor gym, didn't they?
Well, they wanted a
Indoor
game
game.
in the gym. Remember, he
They're
played
asking
outside.
for an indoor
Yeah,
game.
indoor game at the gym. You know, because they had to go in the gym in the winter. That's why that's what he had to do. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I thank you for taking part of my reading class, and I hope you have a good rest of the afternoon. Thank you.